Well, our friend John Salley, who actually helped set up this interview, he said something that kind of pissed everybody off. He said that in terms of players that he's played with himself, he said Pippen is more skilled than Michael Jordan.
See, the funny thing is, I think Scottie is more skilled than all of them. Scottie Pippen is probably the most skilled player I've ever played with.
Really?
Yeah. And his hands come to his shins, okay? Standing straight up.
But he just happened to be playing with Michael Jordan, so...
Well, this is the deal. Michael would turn him, Scottie would get the steal.
Tough. And he was on those teams.
He was on those teams. In terms of skill level, he's
Pippen
a more
was
skilled player than Jordan.
I could put Pippen at 8, to be honest with you. I loved Pippen. I loved Grant Hill. Grant Hill would have been a top 10 player if he didn't get hurt. Penny Hardaway would have been a top 10 player if he didn't get hurt.
I asked Jalen Rose about this, and he said that John Salley needs a drug test. He said there's no way that Pippen is better than Jordan. But
I don't think he was better, but I think he was right there. You know what I mean? There is no Michael dynasty, obviously, without Pippen.
True.
You know, and that you know,
that's true. He's been there the whole time.
No question.
Yeah, Rodman came at one point, but they'd already been on a roll.
When Mike had bounced, like Pippen was in the running for MVP that year. Pippen was killing that year. You know what I mean? So Pippen was, I don't ever think he gets the credit he deserves because he was always, you know, Robin to Mike's Batman. But they were a hell of a duo, man. And I could definitely see Pippen. Yeah, Pippen could be in my top 10. He could be 8.
Yeah. Well, you said that you want to be a billionaire by 50. Mm-hmm. You got 11 years left.
Got a lot of work to do.
You actually own the life rights to Suge Knight?
No, so I was a part of a project that we did we did have the rights to through his niece, but it just kind of started getting messy. The further and further it went down, I ended up hooking them up with
messy business with Suge Knight. Really?
Right,
I've never heard of that before.
I ended up hooking them up with Mark Kenton, the creative power, and had these guys all excited about doing the story. And then, you know, once this shit got real, there was, you know, so-and-so needs this amount of money and so-and-so needs that amount of money. And now someone else is, because we didn't get this, someone else has the right. So it just kind of got messy. So I just respectfully had to back away from that project. Yeah,
I mean, I've done so many Tupac-related interviews, and people ask why I don't interview Suge Knight, and I'm just like, I'm good.
Right.
He knows exactly who I am.
Right. It's a crazy situation, man. You know what I mean? And to be such a fan of that era, I was so excited because I'm a huge
You have Tupac on your hand.
I got Tupac and Nipsey on my hand. So I mean, huge Pac fan. You know, and so to be able to possibly have a chance to, you know, tell that story was really exciting to me, but it didn't happen.